Income and wealth inequality are desirable. For the purposes of this blog post, U refers to those in favor of policies designed to redistribute income and/or wealth. Income inequality shouldn't be viewed as a prima facie wrong. It is the natural result of a free market. Indeed, perfect income inequality could only be achieved by coercion. As long as people have different preferences from each other and are free to act in their own interests, there will always be both income and wealth inequality. And that's a good thing. If someone is paranoid without a massive rainy day fund, we shouldn't force him to spend to reduce wealth inequality, nor should we restrain a 31-year-old who is terminally ill from spending down his savings in his final days. If we want freedom, we need to be comfortable with the inequality it results in. Would any of us really want those working the most dangerous, dirty, and untimely jobs to be paid the same as those doing menial tasks in an air-conditioned office? Obviously not, nor would we want to force everyone to work the same number of hours or enter and leave the workforce at the same age. Likewise, it would be hard to justify forcing people to take on risky ventures without the compensatory reward. And if we wouldn't force people to take on such ventures, how could we expect them to do so voluntarily without the proportionate upside which necessarily results in income inequality? So clearly, income inequality isn't bad on its face, but you say the amount of inequality we have now is artificial and therefore must be corrected. To some extent, I would agree. There are some instances where supernormal profits are made as a consequence of government intervention in the free market, such as restricting competition that would otherwise decrease the profits for a particular business, sector, or group of employees. However, this is in principle an argument for less government intervention, not more. I also doubt the government can fix the portion of inequality it created without starting a never-ending cycle where every group will claim they were disadvantaged and demand their own compensation. And so the best response to the artificial inequality that was created by government intervention may simply be to recognize the error and eliminate whatever law or policy was privileging one interest over another. There will, of course, be some residual artificial inequality, but unfortunately we may simply have to live with that as the best option available. Then there is the inequality that is not created by government intervention, but which arises naturally from free men acting in free markets. This inequality is not artificially created, and so the burden of proof is on the accuser to identify how natural inequality is evidence of wrongdoing. If there is no wrongdoing, coercive redistribution by the state should be treated as unjustified. To argue otherwise is to say that I have a right to the fruits of your labor simply because I earn less. This justification would lead to a society that legally enforces perfect income equality, a horrendous idea as mentioned earlier.